Hey everybody. Sorry I'm 2 minutes late. Had a little technical difficulties. So give me a minute since I couldn't get everything set up beforehand. So just give me a minute. I'll let you guys get a second to jump in here. We got a lot to talk about today. We're gonna have a great conversation. So make sure you throw a comment in there. Let me know what platform you're on and if you have any questions. While you're doing that, I'm gonna go ahead and set up what I wanted to set up here. Don't worry, guys. I'll be with you in just a minute. I'm just setting everything up. Had some technical difficulties when I was starting, so it's taking me a minute to get everything set up. Just go ahead and jump in and throw a comment in there. Let me know what platform you're on, and if you have any questions, just say, "Hey, I'm here," whatever. Um, all right, got 4 people in here, according to what I can see here. All right, guys. Sorry about the technical difficulties. Save that real quick. Throw it in there. All right. Get my camera on here straight. Sorry guys, oh I went to log into my platform that I use to go live, StreamYard, and it wasn't in there anymore, so I had to kind of recreate it. So just give me a second here to get everything all set up here. Just fix my camera and my stand came off here. I am totally unprepared, aren't I? All right, guys. Sorry about that. I'm back. All right. Oh, so today we're going to talk about some trucking. If I can get this straight here. Why is that so crooked? Why is that so crooked? Stop being so crooked on me. All right. So today I wanted to talk about some trucking. I wanted to talk about Facebook, YouTube. Let me throw the comments up here so I can see what everybody's saying. All right, what do we got here? So on Facebook, got me driving with John. F8's in here. I'm sorry, Bait Trucking's in here. Boom. We got CC. COVID is back. 9/11. Okay, don't be throwing words like that out right at the beginning. CC. Lots of bets will be. Okay. I'm not reading that out loud either. Someone's giving me a hard time. Um, stay out of the rain. Don't drink water unless it's bottled. Okay then. All right, CC. Yeah, Sterling Wheel's in here. Good to see you. Yeah, good to see you too. So, got some pretty big announcements. As you're coming in here, guys, can you let me know what platform you're on? Just say, hey, let me know you're out there. I'll throw your comments up on the screen whenever I see them. And so this is gonna be a good one, guys. So good news is I have a video coming out about this tomorrow, but people that come to live, they get to find out today. I'm partially monetized on Facebook and on YouTube, and rather than be like all the other YouTubers and stuff that make all that great money on I'm being sarcastic on YouTube and Facebook, I'm actually going to come out publicly and tell you guys what I plan on doing. I've been working on this for 4 years, and I enjoy making the content, and it's finally going to come where it's going to bring some money in. Yep, on YouTube too, Sterling will. Yep. And so what I'm going to do is, oh, I know you're on YouTube. It tells me that. I haven't seen many other ones pop up here. That's why. Yeah, I guess you don't need to tell me what. I guess you don't need to tell me what you're on, because I can actually see it tells me what you're on. Um, so what I plan on doing here, let me pull up the live stream on my Facebook to make sure everything's working here. The reason why I'm going to come out and tell everybody is because, oh, there it is. Ah, hang on. Let me turn that down. There it is. Okay. Just want to make sure it was on Facebook, and obviously I can hear it now too. So the reason why I'm coming out and talking about this, I believe I already know. Yeah, I think Fate Trucking probably does already know. I'm going to come out and publicly say it. Guys, my plans are, when I get monetized, not to be a internet millionaire like most of you guys are. I'm looking probably somewhere between 50 and 75% of the revenue that's going to come in. I'm going to actually buy necessity items and give it to people that are having a hard time. The reason why I'm choosing to do this is, first of all, I have a full-time job. Okay. I'm not relying on any income coming from my social media, which I do for fun anyway. So a large percentage of the money that comes in, which, by the way, let me give you, I wrote them all down here because I don't even know all the different ways. But now you can become a member of my channel. It's listed on my page. You guys probably know how to do it better than I do, honestly. But I will tell you, each level has different things. The gold level is the one that has, if you want me to make a short and shout your channel out, or shout out a cause that you want shouted out, become a gold member once a month, send me a video clip. I will turn it into a short, give it a shout out. Right now, my shorts are blowing up. I haven't dropped a short that's gotten under 3,000 views in 2 weeks. So obviously, I could help you out if you wanted that. That's a gold level membership. But there are going to be members only type posts and videos, things like that too. That goes for Facebook when that happens too. Hey, all right, guys, I have to call it out. My very first super chat. I can't believe I just got a super chat. Sterling Will, you are the best. I enjoy your channel. I appreciate that F8 shared it out. Keep up the good work. Well, thank you, Sterling Will. I really do appreciate that. But this isn't about me. All right. The reason why I'm doing this is, this isn't going to be popular with everybody, and it's fine. I'm not telling you have to believe what I believe in, but I'm a Christian. Let me put that up there. He deserves to be on the screen. I'm a Christian, so I believe in helping other people out. And like I said, I have a full-time job. So the income isn't necessary for me. So I'm going to give a large portion of that to buy necessity items. What necessity items are is for people that are having a hard time. Shampoo, laundry detergent, soap, dish detergent, toothpaste, all the necessity items. The reason why is my wife and I were talking about it, and we think it would be a great way for us to serve our community, because when we went through a hard time, you can get food at food banks, you can get food stamps. There's lots of ways to get food, and can't afford to pay everybody's bills. So the next option would be, the items that we had trouble getting were necessity items. So that's why YouTube and Facebook, I'm going to take the revenue that's coming in from those, a large portion of it anyway, 50 to 75%. I haven't set on a number yet. As soon as I do, I'll be putting that out. And I'm also going to be putting out the actual numbers and letting people know where that money's going. Because I don't want y'all thinking I'm just taking your money and, running off to Vegas. I'm going to be front and forward with y'all. This is just to help people out. The portion that does stay with me is probably going to be either invested back into the channel, or, to pay off some bills from when I was out of work for like 6 months ago. So things like that. But I want to talk about that because I want to be upfront with it, tell everybody what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. And if you're coming in new and you're on Facebook or YouTube, throw something up there. Oh man, look at that. My second super chat. Guys, I don't feel like I deserve super chats, but I do appreciate them and I will be using that money. 100% of the revenue from this live stream will go to buying necessity items for people. So at Fate Trucking and Sterling Well, I really do appreciate it. Pay trucking. Christians aren't the only ones that help people, bro. No, I'm not saying they are. I'm not claiming anything like that at all. I'm just saying I feel like that's why I have this desire. Okay, because I am a Christian, I feel like I have a desire to help other people. I've been in their shoes and I know how bad it sucks. I'm not saying Christians are the only one people that help people. That's totally not true. There are a lot of non-Christian organizations that help millions of people. Not not saying they're doing anything wrong or that's wrong or anything like that. So don't try to talk me into that. Oh my goodness. Sterling Will, you are awesome. You guys are insane. Um your your mission is great. Here's a good start, sir. Dude, you are awesome. You are really awesome. You guys are awesome. I'm just saying. I've never been able to get super chats and you guys just piled it right in there. That's awesome. Um But so that's what I was going to talk about for Facebook and for YouTube, because I think it's important that you guys know why I do what I do. I mean, I enjoy doing it, and I've been doing it for 4 years, and never ever thought I'd get to this point, to be honest with you. But since I did, I'm gonna be able to give something back to a bunch of other people that really need the help. So, all right, we got Fate Trucking. You look like you dropped a few lbs. Congrats. You knew I did, actually. I told you I did. Yeah. Over the last 6 months, I've dropped going on 65 pounds. Wait, hang on. Uh, 63 pounds. I've lost 63 pounds in the last 6 months. Um, well, that's a whole nother video that we'll have that conversation. But thank you. I appreciate it. Um, it's not something you know, I wasn't trying to do. I'm not gonna lie. I wasn't trying to lose weight, but I wanted to lose weight. I had a lot of help. That's all I can tell you right now. I'm gonna make a video about it eventually, but not yet. So, so that's what I want to talk about. When it comes to the YouTube and the Facebook stuff, I see new people are jumping in here, guys. If you don't know what's going on, I'll repeat it if you want to know. Hey, Gary from Facebook, how you doing? Throw your comment up there. How you doing, Gary? Hey, if you're a trucker and you're in the house, I'd like to know if you're a company guy or if you're a owner op, because we're about ready to start talking some trucking, and I'd like to hear perspectives from both owner ops and company. I've done both. I kind of have a decent knowledge of both. I'm not an expert at either one. Never claimed to be. So I appreciate you coming in, Gary. I really do appreciate it, and everybody else, Fate Trucking and Sterling Wheel, and you guys are just awesome. So I want to talk about trucking because I was an owner operator for, some of you guys know this. I was an owner operator for a couple of years and my truck broke down. It was more than I could afford. I'd made some bad decisions, put me back into a company truck. And I'll probably go back to owner operator because honestly, that's where I want to be. But I'm enjoying the owner op game or the company game as of right now. I have a lot more time to do YouTube, and Facebook and spend time with my family, which not in that order. Family comes first. Um, but I wondered, like, I know how it's going for company drivers because I'm a company driver right now. But how's the market going for you at Fate Trucking, Fate Trucking, and Sterling Wheel? I guess you went back to company too. How's the FedEx game treating you guys? I want to know how the market's going because I'm kind of out of touch. I'll be honest. We run a lot of contract rate. I don't see much other than dropping hooks everywhere I go. So I'm kind of losing track of what's going on out in the market. And I'd like to stay in tune with it so that when I do make my big plunge, I can go right back into it. So, um, Fate Trucking says own a couple of trucks, maybe three by Friday. And another trailer. Are you buying another truck? Bait trucking. Are you really buying another truck? All right. If you guys don't know Bait Trucking, he has a YouTube channel called Bait Trucking, F8 Trucking, and he has a Facebook called The Reefer Guy, I think. If I get that wrong, correct me in the comments there. Um, oh, and Gary says, bind sickness with bind sickness with Miss Bad. Thank you. Huh. Hope that doesn't mean you're sick. Actually, there's another YouTuber I was watching today. Um, this is going to be off track, but I don't care. We're going to talk about whatever y'all want to talk about. But there's a guy named Trucking with Sean. He does a lot of shorts. I watch a lot of his shorts. He's got a good shorts game like I do. Um, but he actually had COVID and was home for 5 days with COVID. And you know, I'm kind of out of touch. I'll be honest, guys. I drive my truck. I do my social media. I don't spend a lot of time on anything else. And when I'm at home, focused on my family. So I didn't even know COVID was still going around. I'll be honest with you. When he said he was out for 5 days on COVID, it really surprised me. So apparently it's still out there, guys. Everybody be careful. Hope that's not what was going on with you, Gary. I really hope not. Anyway, so yeah, getting back into trucking, the market, I'm like really out of touch. I watch US Bait Trucking, and I watch DIY. I watch Cash is King Trucking, and they're all owner ops. Well, actually, one's a carrier and two are owner ops, and they really know the market. So, and just so that to be transparent out here, people on Facebook, Bait Trucking and I, we're actually friends. We talk on the phone a lot. He knows pretty much everything I'm going to say before I say it because we probably already talked about it. All right, what's Bait Trucking saying? I keep messing up your name. Sorry. Um, I'm killing it, but I ran mostly control contract rate and just secured more freight out of Minnesota with DIY's help. DIY is the other channel I was talking about. He's a carrier. He's a really awesome carrier. Um, and he actually knows his stuff. His DIY is his videos. You'll learn so much just from watching his videos. It's crazy. Yes, looking at another truck Thursday. Nice, nice. So, Pate Trucking, are you gonna divide yourself in thirds and drive three trucks? Are you hiring some people? You gotta hire some company guys? Are you selling the trucks off to make a profit? I mean, that's interesting right there. I didn't even know. Last I knew you had two. I know you have your Mac and you have your International. Be interested what you're buying. I'm something tells me it's a Freightliner. I just feel like you're gonna have one of each eventually. You're gonna have, and then you're gonna put a Kenworth and a Peterbilt and have one of each. You're gonna start a um, lawn ornament collection like DIY semi has. So I want to get back to this real quick, guys. For the people that jumped back in, I saw some more people jumped in there. Um, so my YouTube and my Facebook, I'm partially monetized. I'll be fully monetized probably by the end of this week, beginning of next week on YouTube, and in Facebook it should be about a month, and I'll be fully monetized there too. Um, the reason why that's important is because I'm not doing this to make money. That's never why I wanted to do YouTube. I mean, don't get me wrong, it'd be nice to have a little extra in the bank, but that's not why I'm doing it. So I'm going to do like 50 to 75% of the revenue that comes in from my social media accounts. I'm going to put to, I'm going to call it a necessities bank because there's nothing exists out there that does this. Where basically my wife and I are going to go to, wholesale stores and buy large bulk items of, you know, laundry detergent, dish detergent, toilet paper, paper towels, toothpaste, and then we're going to go to the food banks or anywhere where we can find people that are just having hard times because right now the economy is not good and people are having a hard time. And I'd like to be able to help them out any way I can. And you guys are going to help me help them out by, you know, doing things like they already did with the super chats and the you guys are awesome, by the way. The super chats and the other stuff. So that's really going to help out. And then I haven't really started making that much revenue off of those other platforms yet, but as it comes in, that's where it's going to go. So for the people that just jumped in, I wanted to explain that to you. Uh, Bait Trucking says you've been gone for a week. Call me tomorrow. I've been gone for a week. What are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. I've been gone for a week. I'm right here. I've been here all the whole time. What you're talking about. So just to give you a little heads up of the ways that you can support, you don't have to send super chats like these guys are doing. You don't really have to do that. I'll get to your comment in just a second, Paid Trucking. You don't have to do that. I just wanted to let you guys know these are the ways that you can support my channel. Not all of them involve money because I'm not asking everybody to just throw their money in here. So you can get memberships on YouTube. Memberships are bronze, silver, and gold. The bronze, basically, you get badges and your comments get higher priority. Silver, you got a couple added benefits, and there's going to be some membership only videos that you can see and posts. And then the gold is everything that everybody else gets, plus you send me one clip a month and I make you a short or a reel, give you a shout out in it to promote your channel, promote your business, whatever you want. All you got to do is pay that monthly membership, the gold level. I also can get super chats, as you guys seen there. I can get super thanks on all my videos and shorts on YouTube. I do Cash App. I do Cash App. So if y'all want to do Cash App, you're welcome to do so. Money sign driving with John. If you don't want to help financially, I don't expect everybody to do that. So you can do it by sharing my videos on all platforms, sharing them, commenting, liking them, subscribing, following, liking my page on Facebook. Um, by doing all of that, you're actually helping me to help other people. And that's my goal. I want to help other people. I want to help as many as possible. So, and make fun videos. I love making the shorts, guys. I have right now my channel on YouTube has been going absolutely nuts. Absolutely nuts. I can't even keep up with it. I try to get back to people. I can't even reply to comments right now. I'm literally like every 20th comment I might get something out to them, but on Facebook it's been going very well. I've gotten two or three different over a million, one almost 2 million views on a couple of reels. So yeah, you guys are wonderful. I'm telling you what. All right, so all right. Bait Trucking says, congratulations on why you took time off. Much respect. I don't know what you're talking about. I ain't taking time off. Hey, Bait Trucking. I don't tell people anything about location, how much money I make, where I work, any of those things. I don't talk about that. You keep saying I took time off. I don't know what you're talking about. I have no idea what you're talking about. So, but moving on from that. So if you are on here on Facebook or on YouTube, make sure you throw comments up, questions, anything you want like that. Uh, see up here. Sorry, the comments are right by the camera, so I'm not trying to blind you there. So I want to get on back to the trucking thing a little bit too. With being a company driver, one of the things that I've really noticed, and Bait Trucking and we do talk on the phone a lot, and he's telling me it's not really any different than what he does, but maybe I was doing it wrong because I have a lot more time to be able to work on my social media and do all of those things than I ever had as an owner op. Then again, I was learning to be an owner op for, that whole time pretty much, and everything was new, so I was really focused on it. So it probably did take me more, but I just feel like I have a lot more time as a company guy. So right now I'm going to enjoy having that time, and I'm going to enjoy making, content until I go back to owner op, and then I'll still make content. It just won't be quite as fever pitched as it's been. So, hey, Pate Trucking, I don't know if you want to, but if anybody wants to join in here, let me know. I can send you a link, and I'll happily have you on here, and we can chit chat and talk, have a good time. Um, I'm gonna go back up to here because when someone sends a super chat for that kind of money, they definitely want to highlight that. Sterling Wheel, awesome guy, awesome channel. Go check out the channels out, guys. If you have a channel and you're watching this video, if you're watching in the after game, I'm not sure you can drop links in there, but you can in the lives. So if you're here now, you can drop a link in there. If you're on YouTube, you can do that. If you're on Facebook, I am a part of a bunch of trucking groups. If you're from one of those groups and you're an admin, go ahead and drop the links in the comments so that people know how to get to your groups. I'm all about promoting other people, guys. Um, and I know on Facebook I belong to probably 5 or 6 or 7 different trucking groups. And so if you're in here, guys, in the comments, go ahead and drop your link for your group that you're in or your channel if you have a channel, any of those things. So I keep seeing new people coming in and going back out. So let me explain one last time here. Um, I have a video coming out tomorrow, kind of explains the same thing. Last time I'm going to say it. Uh, so I'm partially monetized on YouTube and Facebook. Why do you care about that? I'll tell you why you care, because it's not about me making money. I've been doing it for 4 years, didn't make a dime. I have a daytime job, I run trucks, so that's what I do. So I'm going to commit to somewhere between 50 to 75% of the revenue that comes in from my social media accounts. I'm going to put towards necessity items for people that are in need. So, as you've seen in this chat right here, I can get super chats on Facebook. So I've had Sterling Wheel and um, Pate Trucking drop some. That money is going to go directly to it. 100% of the revenue coming in this live, I'm going to put towards that necessities thing. And also, if you're on Facebook, you don't have super chats, but you can Cash App. And if you want to Cash App, 100% of that money that comes in while I'm live will go directly to the necessities thing. So my Cash App is money sign driving with John. That's simple. So that's I wanted to talk about that stuff and then talk about trucking some more. I'm not sure who's in here anymore because I've seen people come out and go in and out a couple of times. Hey, Jerome Jones is here. Are you saying Facebook truckers are geniuses? I'm saying that all truckers, all truckers are awesome people. There are some grumpy truckers out there too, but Facebook truckers are awesome, and so are YouTube truckers. I like I said, I follow on both platforms. I have like 5 or 6 different groups that I'm a part of on Facebook, and then on YouTube, DIY, and I actually know him. Um, Bait Trucking, I know him. We actually talk on the phone a lot. I don't know Cash is King Trucking, but I do know him because of DIY and Bait Trucking. So I do watch them guys too. But on Facebook, it's a whole different trucking society. Like most of the people on YouTube aren't on Facebook. That in the trucking side of it anyway. So on Facebook, it's a lot of the older, more mature truckers that know what they're talking about, and at least that's from my experience. They're good they're good people, and on YouTube there's good people too. But I'm just saying on Facebook, definitely some good people out there. So if you're on Facebook and you follow me on Facebook, come over to YouTube and subscribe. If you're on YouTube, go over to Facebook and go ahead and follow my page because all of that helps me be able to help other people. So, like I was saying, basically, I got partially monetized on Facebook and YouTube. What that means is I'm going to start making money after 4 years of making content, but I already have a full-time job. So a large portion, 50 to 75% of the money that comes in off of my channels and pages, I'm going to my wife and I have decided that we're going to buy necessity items and give them out to people that are having hard times. Because when we went through hard times, and I've been through some really hard times, been punched in the face plenty of times by life. And when that happened to us, the things that we could not get were the necessity items. You couldn't get laundry detergent. You couldn't get any of those types of things because it was just almost impossible to get. You didn't have money. So how are you going to buy something without money? Let's see what time it is. All right. The reason why I'm checking the time is I don't want to go over into the whole Monday night foosball thing. I still have an hour. I don't plan on going the whole hour, but I did want to come on here. So Jerome Jones, I've seen you. I think I've seen you on mine once or twice, but I've also seen you on Bait Trucking and DIY and Cash is King. So you're a truck driver. I know that. So what kind of truck driver are you? Over the road, owner op, company? Well, what's your niche? Just curious if you're still out there. So, I never threw your comment up there. How rude of me. There you go, Jerome Jones. There you go. But I'll read it again just because of now I threw it up there. Are you saying that Facebook truckers are geniuses? Yeah, yeah. It's just like it is everywhere. It's like it is in any industry. You have you have great trucking people that are on YouTube and Facebook. And then you have some that aren't so good. You know what I mean? They're just not as good. You're going to have that no matter what platform you're on. You're going to have truckers that are, all about things that I don't believe in, you know. Um, I'm kind of old school, even though I haven't been driving that long. I'm very old school. I believe in showing respect to my elder truck drivers out there. And if they want to be rude and not teach me a thing, that's fine. I'll just, I'll walk away. That's fine. I don't need to be rude back to them. But most people, when you show them some respect, you'd be surprised how much you can learn. No matter how long you've been driving a truck, no matter how long you've been in any industry, when you talk to somebody that's been in it for a long time, you can learn so much so quickly. That's why DIY, that's why his channel is one of my favorite channels because he drops knowledge that he thinks is everyday simple stuff. And it blows my mind sometimes because he is such a knowledgeable guy about semi trucks, not just fixing them, but about being a carrier, about, every aspect of trucking. The guy knows what he's talking about. So, but yeah, on Facebook, if you happen to be on Facebook, I'm trying to remember all the different groups I'm on. You know what? Let me uh let me go on my tablet here real quick and I'll tell you what groups I'm on, and then you guys can go check them out because I'm gonna give them a shout out. Where is this at here? Uh, all right, so oh, my truck just started. If you heard a weird noise, I have that opti idle thing, so I'm gonna talk a little louder because I don't know if it's gonna affect my volume levels. But on Facebook, I have Grumpy Old Truckers that I'm on. They actually made me an expert. It's kind of scary. They made me an expert, but I appreciate it. I love that channel or that group. I'm in That's Trucking. It's another public group. His deal is the guy that runs that group is basically he wants to get back to the brotherhood of trucking, treat people with respect, that kind of thing, which I'm all about. And then everything trucking, they have all different kinds of posts and pictures. I like that group. Truckers Wall of Shame. It's a good group, but that's a private group. You can't get into that one unless you ask and you're invited and accepted. And then Truck Lovers is another one that I'm in. So, yeah, those are some good ones. Matter of fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to share this live into one of those groups quick. No. There you go. I just shared it out into the Grumpy Old Truckers realm. Hopefully, get some guys to come over and join from there. And if anybody's in here and they're watching and they want to join in, hey, I can send you a link and we can join in and we can chit chat. You can see, what it's like to be on this side of the camera. Only you'll be on your side, but you know what I mean. I've done it a few times with DIY, and I've done it once with DIY. I've done it with Pate Trucking a couple of times. So if anybody wants to jump in and join in, feel free. Uh, I really do appreciate the super chats, guys. You guys are awesome. I can't believe you guys did that. You guys are really awesome. Um, but that's what I wanted to talk about. So I want to talk about what I was doing with my channel and what in my page and what I was doing with what's going on in trucking anyway. All right, let's see what this is. Ryan Porter says he's from Facebook. Says sitting here getting ready for the Bills game. What's your team? We're gonna talk about football, huh? All right. Well, that's a long story. When I first got into, I've always been a football fan. Okay, I was born a Steelers fan. Can't help it. It's the way I was born. My dad was a Redskins fan, and that's what they were called when he was their fan. So, I became a Steelers fan about 4 or 5 years ago. Um, I just got so busy, and there was a lot of things going on that I just stopped watching football, and I never really went back. So I say I'm a Steelers fan, but I don't truly watch football anymore. Don't really know what who's on what team anymore. I mean, a couple years ago, my mind got blown when I found out Tom Brady was on the where do you go? Tampa Bay or something. So talking to me about football would be like talking to a brick wall. I don't know much about it, but I know you being a Bills fan, you have to be a real fan because back when I was younger, the Bills, you know, they only had real fans and they had fanatical real fans like crazy crazy fans. Like the Steelers fans. When I went to Steelers games back in the day, that's the fans were crazy. So are the Bills fans. They are very fanatical about their team, and yeah, I mean they stuck it through. What was that? 3 or 4 Super Bowls in a row that they lost, and they just kept going. It's like, how do you not lose hope? Granted, you're coming in second in a world class league, but still, whew, that's tough right there. So. Much respect, Ryan Porter. Yeah, the game doesn't start until almost 8:30. I looked it up earlier. So I'm not going to stay on until 8:30, but I thought I'd stay on for a little while. Um, so Ryan Porter, are you a truck driver? Let me know. That'd be great. Oh, it's doing okay. Sorry, I got distracted by my own tablet. It's doing what is that called? It's called what is that called? My brain is not working. Closed caption because I have the volume all the way down, so it's doing closed caption, so it caught my eyes. So yeah, for those of you that I just saw like 3 or 4 more people just jump in. So um, all right, what do we got here? Ryan Porter said, "Amen, diehard Bills fan. Bless your dad and happy I jumped in here. Oh, I'm happy you jumped in here too. Are you a trucker then? Um, I'm a realtor. Just really enjoy watching the drivers. You all are the backbone of the United States. I appreciate that, man. I really do. I really do. And if you missed it earlier, um, you don't have to be a trucker to follow my channel. It's a lot of trucking content, but a lot of my reels and shorts, they're funny. It has nothing to do with trucking. I love to joke around and have some fun, but I just recently got monetized on YouTube and Facebook, and I already have a full-time job, so a large portion of what comes in on my channel, 50 to 75%, is going to be going to buy necessity items for people that need help. Like because our economy sucks and people are going through hard times and they just don't have the money to buy, the detergents and soaps and toilet paper and that stuff doesn't come into food banks. So that's why I'm doing that. So And every cent that comes in from this particular live, I'm going to put 100% of it towards that. So that's why you saw the super chats earlier. Those were the guys just, it's going for that. If you're on Facebook, you can't do super chats, but you can send stars, and you can also do the Cash App thing. It's money sign driving with John. What I'm going to do is once I get totally set up and I understand how this whole thing works, probably once a month I'm going to do a video. Just this month we brought in this amount of money. This is what we bought. Pictures and videos to show it, so that everybody can see what we're doing. Because I think we need to help our fellow Americans out that are having a hard time right now. The economy's hard, and trucking's hard. And I've been on the backside of that. I've been the guy that didn't have things. So I want to help out where I can. So, and there's no organizations that I know of that supply necessity items. So we're just going to be doing off of our own. We're going to be buying it and distributing it ourselves. Not like I'm, a mastermind or anything, but I figure you go to food banks, you go to places where people that are having hard times go, and you talk to them and find out what they need and help them out. Um, that's what I want to do. So that's what I'm going to do with a large portion of the revenue that does come in from my social media that I've been working on for a very long time. So you're a realtor and you're a Bills fan. Can I assume that you're from upstate New York? Is that too much of an assumption these days? Because there are fans all over the country. Like, it's crazy. It used to be when I was a kid, Steelers fans were everywhere, Cowboys fans were everywhere, but everybody else was pretty much regional. Now, no matter where you go, you find a fan of any team. So, hey, there's Frank. Yeah, Frank's from I think he's in a couple different groups that I'm in on Facebook. Hey, what's going on, brother? So basically, long story short, I decided to do a live. I do these all the time on YouTube, but once in a while on Facebook. But I'm going to start doing them on both. So basically, I got monetized on Facebook and on YouTube, not fully, partially. But what I'm going to do is I have a full-time job, and I never started making content to make money. So I'm gonna start sending like probably 50 to 75% of the revenue that comes in is going to be to buy necessity items for people that are having hard times, because you can get food, you can get money, you can get a lot of other things, but necessity items are hard to come by. And I've been in some hard times in my life, and that was the things that we always had trouble with. So by supporting my channel, you're helping that happen, and I appreciate you guys so much. You guys are awesome. I really do appreciate it. And you can help directly by doing like a Cash App, sending stars on YouTube. You can do super chats, super thanks. Um, I'm not monetized fully on either one yet, so there are some that I can't. Let me put Frank's comment up there. There you go, Frank. Um, there are some things I'm not monetized on yet, but that doesn't mean it doesn't help my channel support it. And the more you help my channel, the more money my channel will make, the more I can help other people out. So Ryan, if you're still in here, I just wanted to know, are you from upstate New York? And Frank, where are you from? I see you on Facebook, and you're part of, I think, a couple different groups. I'm on Grumpy Old Truckers is one of them for sure. Um, so just curious, where are you from, and what part of trucking are you in? I honestly, I don't know. I probably should know that by now, but I'm a little behind the times. Let's share this live out to another group. All right, guys, let's see. How about this group? Let's see if we can bring some more Facebook people in here. All right, there we go. I shared it to a couple more Facebook groups. So yeah, I was talking about that, and I was talking about trucking. I used to be an owner operator. I had some truck issues that cost way more than I could afford because I made some really stupid decisions when I first got into being an owner operator, and so I couldn't afford it anymore, and I couldn't fix my truck, so I had to go back to being a company guy. Eventually, I still have my Mac, 2014 Mac Pinnacle. I'll eventually get back into being an owner op, but right now I'm kind of enjoying the company game. These guys have great freight. It's all light. It's drop and hook almost everywhere, and I'm paid really well. I don't talk about where I work or how much money I make, but I will tell you that much. So, um, all right, Frank. He says he's from Oklahoma. Grumpy old truckers. Yeah, I'm an actual group page. Come check it out. No, definitely. If you're on Facebook, guys, and you're a trucker, I'm on their stuff all the time. Um, I'm actually one of their experts now. A scary thought there. But yeah, go check out Grumpy Old Truckers. Come check it out, fellow friends of John's. Yeah. Anytime, guys. Anytime I'm part of your group or I watch your content, I promote it on all of my stuff anyway. So don't feel bad if you want to throw your group in there and promote it, or your page, or your even if you want to pump a charity, as long as it's a good charity, I'm okay with that. Throw it in the comment section. As a matter of fact, go ahead and, I don't know if you can do this on Facebook, but if you can, Frank, go ahead and drop a link in there, so that people that are watching it later, they can find that link and click on it and go right to your group. Yeah, that'd be awesome. um so yeah, we're getting a nice little crowd in here, guys. So I see there's a bunch of people in here. Can you just let me know, what, say hi, let me know where you're from. Are you driving truck? Are you not a truck driver? Because my channel is open to everybody. I have a wide variety of people that follow my channel. It's not just truck drivers, because a lot of my content is geared towards just everyday people. Like my shorts and reels, there are a lot of trucking, but there are also a lot of comedy, a lot of fun, a lot of crazy stuff like that. So, um, Frank, here we go. Says I've been off work since the later part of February due to health issues. Yeah, I kind of knew that. I was trying to play dumb there for a little bit. Sorry. I guess I didn't have to play dumb, but I was hoping to get back to work next week for a company in Texas. Oh, nice company in Texas, huh? Yeah, that's the one thing I do miss about being an owner op is I got to drive all over, and one of my favorite places to drive was Texas. It's all wide open. It's 75, 80 miles per hour everywhere. Yeah, I love driving out in Texas. It's pretty much flat. I mean, you get up to the one part. I don't know what they call it. I called it wine country because there's a lot of vineyards up in that area, up near Austin and over in that area. There's some not mountain hills up in there, but nothing like they have out west or the East Coast. So, but yeah, Frank, go ahead and drop it, and if it'll let you. Let me see if it'll let you drop it in here. Let me get back out here. I have YouTube and everything up here, and then down here I have Facebook. So if you see me looking down, I'm trying to see what's going on both. Why will it not let me do that? Oh, there they are. Okay. Yeah. All right, there you go. Um, I finally got the comments for Facebook up here. So they run regional, and I'll be home every weekend, which is wonderful. Yeah, that is great. That is great. That's awesome. Especially since you've been home a lot. It's I'll tell you what, I was off for about 6 months. My truck broke down, and I went back out on the road. It was hard. Oof. When you're home that long, it's really hard to get back in the rhythm of driving a truck. So it's good that you're going to be, out for a week and then home for a couple of days, out for a week. It'll get you back into the rhythm slowly rather than just diving into the deep section. You know what I mean? Frank, I'm pretty sure you can throw a link to Grumpy Truckers in the comments on Facebook. I'd do it, but I'm already balancing between two screens here. So go ahead and throw it in there. That'd be great. Okay. You said I can do it. You have my permission to put the link up since you're an expert. Okay. All right. I was gonna do it. He said he'll be right back. Okay, he's gonna do it. Yeah, because I'm bouncing between two screens as it is, and I'll just mess something up. I'm not the most technically advanced person in the world, so um, but hey, I see we got a couple more people that jumped in here. Let me see on Facebook. All right. Yeah, we got a couple more people. I think they're YouTube people that jumped in here, but what I'm going to do is when he comes back with that link, I'm going to throw it up on the screen. And if you're on YouTube, but you want to look into the Facebook group, you can just, take it from there. But yeah, it's an awesome group. Like I said, there's a bunch of groups I'm a part of. And that's one of the ones that actually made me an expert. I'm an expert of having fun and having a good time. There you go. He just dropped the link. Here you go, guys. If you're on YouTube and you're not part of the trucking Facebook group, but you have Facebook, there's the link, guys. Go join it. Grumpy Truckers, Grumpy Old Truckers. They're a good group. They're good guys, and they have some great posts and great conversations in there. So go check it out. And anybody else that's in here, if you have a Facebook page or a YouTube channel and you want to drop a link, I'm fine with that. Like, guys, I'm not in a competition with anybody. I'm just out here having fun. So go ahead and drop any link you want to in there. I'm fine with that. So, but like I was saying at the beginning, I'm dropping down in people again. It must be getting close. Not quite. You still got a couple more minutes before you got to worry about football games, guys. Don't worry. I'm not going to stay on here into the football game because that's basically committing live suicide. I'm not going to do that to you guys. So once the football game starts, I'll go ahead and jump off. But I'll chit chat until then. If you're jumping on here, throw a comment up there, ask me a question. Anything like that. For those of you that just joined in, I think that you're from Facebook, actually, it looks like. If you just jumped in, basically, I recently just got monetized YouTube and Facebook, partially, not fully. And what I'm doing is about 50 to 75% of my revenue that's going to come in from my social medias. I'm going to put to a necessity fund. And basically what that is once a month we're going to go buy, toilet paper and shampoo and laundry detergent and soap, and we're going to give that out to people that are going through hard times. Right now the economy sucks. And anybody that's been out of work, they know how bad and horrible it can be. Frank says, I'm going to go back to that link in a minute, Frank. I'm going to throw your comment up here. Says, I've got to try and get a YouTube channel started. Yeah, why not? It's a lot of fun. And when you do, drop the link. I'm just saying. Let me know. I'll subscribe to your channel. That's the thing about trucking. I'm kind of old school. I believe that whether you're a trucker or not, and I appreciate that you watch my channel, but just being blatantly honest, I believe that truckers, it is a brotherhood. I can run into another trucker somewhere most of the time, as long as, I'm not going to say they're all good, but most encounters are great. Because honestly, we relate to each other. Truckers know what we go through. We know how hard the job is. We know how much sacrifices, leaving our family and going out and doing what we do. So my experience talking to truckers and hanging out with truckers has been positive. Really, it has. I don't know that many grumpy old truckers, as the group is. They might be grumpy old truckers, but they're good people. And they're willing to, they'll tell you if they know something that you don't know, they'll happily teach you. And that's true for most older truckers. And I love that. I'm older. I shaved, so it's kind of hard to tell how old I am now. I'm a spry 39. We'll lie and say I'm 39, all right? I'm not really 39. But can you invite me to go live with you? Yeah, I think I can. Um, Not sure how to do that, but yeah, I've done it with a guy that's on YouTube. So let me give me a second, guys. I'll bring you on. Uh, Give me a second here to figure out how to send him a link. I know it's in here somewhere. Guests. I bet you that's where it is. Invite guests. Copy link. All right. Now go over here. Um, Guys, I'm gonna flip you for a second. I'll be right back. I'm gonna send Frank this link so that he can come on and chit chat with me. All right, guys. So give me 1 second. I will be right back. Don't run away. All right. We're gonna bring a guest on. I just got to figure out how to do it. Frank, I'm going to send you a Facebook message with a link in it, and I think if you click on the link, it'll bring you right in. So, um, give me 1 second, everybody. Can you hear me? Somebody give me a thumbs up or let me know that you can hear me. You know what? I can just do this. Yep, I can hear me. Somebody give me a thumbs up or let me know that you can hear me. I can hear me. All right. Yeah, we're just gonna wait for Frank to jump in. He wants to jump in and chit chat with me. That's awesome. Just waiting for him to jump in here. Should send up a notification here in a minute. Let me know that he's in here. While he's doing that, I'm going to go ahead and send another notification out to anybody that wants to come. Let's try everything trucking. Sure. And let's try. Hey, all right. I just sent out a couple more invites on Facebook for people to come join in. Oh, got a new comment. Look at that. Oh, look at that. Stacy. Hi, Stacy. How are you? I'm gonna ignore that you called me cuz nobody. I'm incognito right now. Nobody knows me. I'm driving with John. I'm not cuz. Hi, Franklin. Yeah, you're new here. That's cool. That's cool. We welcome everybody. Are you a truck driver? I wanted to talk about basically what I came on here to talk about. Let me throw Franklin up there so you guys can say hi to Franklin. Um, Basically, I came on here today and I wanted to tell everybody because it's kind of exciting news, and I'll talk about it in a minute. I'm going to go ahead and bring in my guest here. How do I do this? Did I bring him in? Nope, not yet. Guest, Frank. Give me a second, guys. I'm bringing somebody in here real quick. Oh, I didn't know I could do that. Huh, that's kind of cool, actually.
There we are.
I think I got it.
Can
I'm
you hear
not the
me?
most. I can hear you fine. I'm not the most technological person in the world, so yeah, I got you. How you doing, Frank?
I'm doing all right. That other one there, that's my son. He's on my page, and I put a tag over there on my page, so if anybody on my page is watching, they could come in and watch your video also.
Oh, awesome. All right. So Franklin, that's your son?
Yep, he's
Oh,
the third.
awesome.
I'm the second.
Awesome. Oh, really? Because I'm a junior and my son's a third.
Echo.
Yeah, you got to turn your volume down on your end.
Yeah, he came in the room, and I'm like, it'll echo. Go on, son.
Yeah. You could just turn it down and listen from where you're at. Yeah. Actually, that's funny because I'm a junior and my son's a third also. That's really cool. Stacy, don't worry about it. It's fine. I think people.
Well,
So,
glad to see you. Not sure where you're at right now, but hey,
I'm in my truck.
I'm still here at the house.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, obviously, but I mean, I don't know what state you're in right now or anything, But glad to see you. It looked like you're doing well.
Yeah, I'm doing really well. Yeah.
As I was saying, I'm supposed to try to go back to work next week. I'm hoping.
I'm excited for that. The only problem is I won't see as much on Facebook.
Well, it all depends.
No, it's
sometimes I have time, sometimes I don't. I'll be hauling dry vans, so
oh, okay.
It just depends.
Yeah, I do mostly drive in, so I get it.
But I'll be able to be home, every week. That's another thing I've been looking for, because a lot of times, getting to be home for 34 every week is hard to find. It's not going to be the best pay, but hey, at least I'm home every week with my family. That's the main thing.
Yeah, that's awesome. Since I've been into trucking, I've never done the weekend back thing. I've always done weeks and sometimes months on the road. So it gets hard. Trust me, I understand. What is
Oh yeah, I've been there. Like I said, I've been doing this for about 23 years now. Anything from driving Class A to driving school bus to driving assortment of other rigs, flatbed, other things. And actually, to be honest with you, the best thing I ever loved doing, wished it paid better, was driving the school bus, because I love kids.
Yeah.
And all my students on there loved me, but unfortunately, it just don't pay the bills. It's a retirement type job, is all that is. But
yeah,
I'm happy to be back driving truck whenever I can, because I mean I can get out there and still see the countryside, and I've done, a lot of different type of freight through the years, and I'm glad I stumbled across you. That's what I do. I stumble through on Facebook and I'll find somebody and I'm like, I gotta watch them. So I'll watch them, and then once I get to know who they are and see some of their videos, I'm like, hey, I'd like to be friends with them, because I want to be able to talk to them and understand their sides and what they like doing, what their problems are.
Yeah.
And
I don't know how much you know about me. It's been a long walk for me anyway. Because I just recently found your group and been talking to you, but yeah, I was an owner operator for the last 2 years until last November, and my truck broke down, and it was almost 20 grand in repairs, and I just didn't have it. I made some real bad decisions before that and bought some things I shouldn't have bought. But long story short, I still have my Mac, but I had to go back to company driving. I'm going to eventually fix it and get back out on the road. But you know what? I'm kind of enjoying the company thing right now. I found a good company. I like them. They seem to like me. So it's working out well. But I will eventually go back to owner op. I really like that aspect of trucking, but we need all kinds. We don't just need one kind. So
I've done lease purchase, which is very similar to basically being an owner op, except for you
I've
don't
done that.
actually fully own your own truck.
I've done that before too.
And the nice thing about being something like that with lease purchase or owner op is you basically can say, no, I don't want to go there, or yeah, give me that load running here. I mean, you have more of authority to say where you can go. But there again, it's the cost of the fuel, your expensive, trying to live out there when you break down, like you said, it costs about $20,000, in repair damage and stuff. And it's just one of them deals that we as drivers run into stuff like that. And some people understand that. Some people just are like, oh, well, it's be easy being a truck driver out there. You just go buy that truck right over there and get out there. Well, there's a lot more to it than what you think,
There is.
Like I said, I've been around the mill for 23 years with it. I've talked to a lot of older truckers that are, older than me and have been out there a lot longer. My first trainer when I was working originally, I don't know if you ever heard of the Aero Trucking that was in Tulsa, Oklahoma that went under years ago.
Yeah, actually, I recently listened to a podcast about what happened there. So
yeah, I luckily I had left the company almost a year and a half before that happened.
Okay.
And when I heard about it too, it was very upsetting due to the factor that, just like an example like what just happened with Yellow. I mean, it's probably more than likely. I mean, this one here, they found the owner. He embezzled and ran off and didn't pay the drivers and things. Now, they haven't quite determined that's what's going on with the Yellow or anything, but something fishy was going on because there was one man paid a lot of money to make sure everything was running right, and all of a sudden they just fold their doors after almost 100 years. But
yeah, especially after they were given. Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, especially after they were given such a huge bailout just a couple of years ago, and for them to be out of bankrupt already is it just shows a total lack of handling money properly.
Exactly. So and that's something as you would be able to follow on that is the factor when you're working under your own authority as an owner operator or even as a lease purchase. I mean, you have a lot of expenses there, and the best thing to do is invest back into your company if you can. And I mean, it's not something where you can say, well, I'm going to go out here and I'm going to buy this $150,000 rig and I'm going to lease under somebody and I want to, run their freight. And then, I mean, it's usually not possible to be able to go out there and run all week long and then go home every week. I tried that when I was with my last lease purchase and it did not work. You're going to have to be able to say, I'm dedicated, and you're going to have to stay out there until you get your, finances all paid, which can take a while. I mean, you can go home, but you're going to have to plan for it and have your money saved up or have you a paycheck ready to cut, for you being out there. Because I mean, there's some of these drivers that they get out there and they write off all this stuff, but then they spend money like crazy. Some of them will, buy silly things that shouldn't be bought. Like I know I've seen a lot of owner operators that love chrome and lights and stuff on their trucks. Hey, that's all beautiful, but if you've got other bills at home, if you have a home, you can't do that kind of stuff, you know. And if you got, go ahead.
Oh no, I was going to actually just follow up with what you were saying there. I mean, that's one of the things that I don't understand about trucking. Don't get me wrong, I love a beautiful truck. The chrome, the chicken lights. Don't get me wrong, I love all of that. But when it's about running a business, I think it's about what's profitable. So that Cascadia that may not look as pretty, but gets 10 miles to the gallon, sounds a whole heck of a lot better on the bottom line. Personally, that's my opinion. But to each their own. I mean, if it's worth it for you to spend that much to be able to drive, then go do it. But that's Luckily I didn't make that mistake. I made a couple other personal mistakes, but yeah, it's I I I I don't know why guys do that. I don't. If it's a business thing, I don't know why guys do it. If it's a personal fun thing, I get it.
And and through the years, a lot of stuff has changed with that. Back in the older days, before when I ever started driving, there was a lot of drivers that would used to spend a lot of money, but that most of those guys used to stay out there and live. I mean, they hardly ever went home. A,
Yeah.
a good example of that, is like certain movies. Example of that, like Convoy and things like that. Yeah, they're a movie, but at the same time, they reflected somebody's life as living out there. So if you lived out there and that's all you had to do was spend money on your truck, then hey, go for it. But if you have a home and a wife and kids and things like that, well, it's a lot different. You got to spend that money, at home also.
Yeah.
So,
No, I get
but
it.
hey, I'm thrilled to be here with you to do this. There's another guy that I follow on Facebook, and once in a blue moon, he'll have me come on and do a live with him. But most of the time, he's always busy doing other things. But
No, I love
I'm
this.
glad to finally see you face. Well, of course, I see you face to face a lot of times, anyhow. But this is your first time ever really seeing me.
Yeah.
But where my running area is, it's very possible. We could cross paths. And
Oh yeah.
meet up somewhere at a diner or something out there because I'll be running like over in Louisiana and just part of the eastern area off of away from Oklahoma and Texas area. So you
Okay.
know, I'm sure you
Yeah.
can go over that far. So
Yeah.
one day, if we're over in that area together, we can sit down and have a nice dinner or something and do what
Yeah.
truckers do best: shoot the
That
breeze.
sounds awesome. I'll tell you, as a trucker, the world is a very small place. It's crazy. We have millions, hundreds of millions of people that live here. But I have a buddy that when I first got into trucking, he was in school with me, and I lost my phone. My phone broke, and I did lost his number. Didn't talk to him for about a year and a half. I'm out. I think I was out in 80, out in out west, and I'm driving up the road, and my son was with me, and all of a sudden this guy in a rig comes up next to me. He's hitting his horn. He's waving at me. I'm like, what the heck's that guy want? It was him. He's like, hey, you haven't called me in a while. We pulled over and he swapped numbers again. Yeah, I was like, man, I lost your number and I had no way to get a hold of you. But yeah, that's
Yep,
it. Trucking is like that. It's a small world. You trip over people that didn't even know you knew, but you do. So
that's right.
yeah, that'd be awesome. Just when you get out on the road, keep in touch with me. I'll private message you my
Oh, I
phone
will.
number.
That's
I,
definitely.
I'll private message you
Um,
my phone number, and you can chit chat. I have
okay.
a couple of guys I met on YouTube and Facebook that I've done that with, you know. But
Yeah.
yeah, because you're gonna be out driving and
Oh, I've got several friends that I've met through the years at different places, and I've saved their numbers in my phone, and
yep,
I'll call them every now and then. They'll be like, "Well, you're the first one that's called me in a long time." I'm like, "Well, I check on everybody every now and then, especially if I don't hear from them. A few of them
yeah,
are my followers on my page, and they'll be like, there ain't nobody else checked on me." I'm like, "Hey, that's what us brothers are out here for. We got to check on our other brothers, and
yeah,
sisters. There's
yeah,
some sister drivers out there. I've got a
yep,
couple of them that follow me on my page, and it's just one of them deals. That's what trucking used to be about. It really was. Is
yeah.
everybody came together, and that's what I was telling you about with Arrow. Originally, when Arrow started out, they started out as a dump truck company here in Tulsa,
Okay,
and as they grew larger, the original owner, which was the father to the guy that did the embezzlement,
right.
actually, did what they call a drop of the hat. In other words, if somebody, got sick, family member passed away, anything like that, all the drivers came to and they would put a few dollars in a hat, more or less, as they said, collect that up for that person, and they would, donate it to that family, and that way they could help out. And that's what it should be. I mean, I've always
Yep.
loved the old ways because, nowadays you're lucky if you can get anybody to pull over and say, "Hey, driver, you okay?" And a lot of times you can't even get them to reach on a CB if you got a CB saying, "Hey, driver, you okay over on the side of the road?"
Yeah.
Or hey, you need us to call a tow truck or something. They just don't do it anymore, and it's
Yep.
sad. I mean,
Yeah, I
so
know.
one day I hope all of us will come together as a family again like that, and things will change. But I don't know. Probably won't in my lifetime.
Well, I think the problem, I mean, there's a lot of problems, but I think the solution honestly would be if you make it so that training actually is training, so that people take pride in what they do instead of just having a job. All of a sudden it becomes a
Mm-hmm.
profession again. So now it raises the whole level. When I came into it with an old mindset in a time period when a lot of people were out here just doing a job. Or for me, it was something that I aspired to do most of my life and I put off. And so I have an old school mindset, but I'm considered a young driver. But yeah, I'm the same way. I just the brotherhood, the trucking brotherhood, to me, it's a real thing. When I'm in a truck stop, or if I see another driver that needs help or getting on and off the highway, I'll back up and wave them over and get on my CB and I'll be
Yeah.
screaming at them, "Come on!" Half the time they don't hear me because they don't have CBs,
Yep.
but
Exactly. Or they don't have a CB because it's like the payphone. You still see them every now and then. It's like there's some drivers turn them way down where you can't hear nothing, and others just drive with them off. And then of course you got quite a few that just don't use them anymore. Period.
yeah,
Which is
yep,
sad.
yeah, it is. It is.
But
It's a
but then you
very
also got a lot of these garbage head ones out there that just talk smack on there, and that does get annoying. So it's it's one of the things I can't blame some drivers for wanting to turn around because I myself, I'll turn mine down when I'm out there to where I can hear it, but just barely. So that way if I see something going on, I'll jump on there, turn it up, and see what's going on. But there's a lot of times that you know there's drivers that just talk in foreign tongues and stuff, which that's fine. But if you're going to do that with your own nationality, hey, hop over on another channel and talk. Leave this one open for us other drivers that speak that language or speak another language. Be
yeah.
kind, as I should
There's a
say.
there's a bunch of channels there. It's easy to just say, "Hey, jump on this channel." Yeah. No,
Exactly.
I will tell you though, on my son, when my son comes out with me, you get into like the when the traffic stops, you're just sitting there for a while. We love turning on the CB and listen to the guys go at it. I mean, yeah, I'm sure people get annoyed because their language is a little not church worthy, I'll say, but
Uh-huh.
they're
Yeah.
funny. They're hilarious. You gotta find funny things where you can, and it's hilarious listening to these guys go back and forth sometimes. So
Yeah, because
I
back in the day, if you would have spoke a lot of that stuff that a lot of them do now, you wouldn't be even allowed on a CB radio. But the FCC only monitors so much of it now, unlike they used to. So that's one of the reasons why a lot of drivers and others get away with getting on there and smacking, talking, and all that.
yeah
And some of it, like you said, is hilarious. And there's others that you're like, you just want to go find that driver and strangle him because he's saying stuff that's just not nice. You
yeah
know,
yeah
uh, I've heard some on there that have been very very rude. I'm sure you have yourself. To even like lady drivers that are out there, just because they're driving slow or something, and it's just sad. But as again, trucking is just not what it used to be. Because like I say, when I started over 20 years ago, at least I got in towards the tail end before it started changing over, and
yeah
then it's just gradually kind of just went down the toilet, and it's not necessarily um, us all of us drivers itself. It's just certain states allowing hiring in drivers that have no experience or that's what I was happy to hear that now, back in February, I think of last year, they mandated it where you have to go to a legal driving school to get your CDLs, and I was kind of happy whenever I heard that because I thought, at least that'll help a lot because several of them were just like, I don't know, going to find a Cracker Jack box and pulling out their driver's license, and that was sad.
Yeah, the problem I
But
have with they should go through CDL school definitely because I
Mhm.
mean obviously you need to learn how to drive a truck, but the CDL school teaches you how to pass a test, and then you go to a
Right.
company, and I think the companies are dropping the ball. They need to spend more time teaching people because
Yeah, yeah,
even
that was an
using me as an example, when I first started, I got my CDL. I was with a company I don't know, about 2 weeks, and we parted ways, and I went to another company. And when I got there, they sent me out with a trainer for 7 days. The 7 days I was with that trainer, he slept while I drove, and then I slept when he drove. It wasn't training at all.
no.
And then at the end of that week, they gave me a set of keys, so I had to teach myself how to do everything. And I think it
Yeah,
made me a better driver, but not everybody is willing I asked a lot of questions. I went a lot of YouTube. I made myself look like a fool a lot to find out what I needed to find out because I look at it
yeah,
as a profession. I wanted to make sure I was good at my craft is, and I'm still not great. I mean, I think I'm okay. Honestly, I do think I'm okay, but I learn more every
right,
day. Yeah, I run into guys like you or guys that have been driving for 30, 40 years, and I'll sit down and just
right,
talk to them, and you'll learn more in one conversation with that guy than you'll learn in 20 hours in a classroom. So,
right. I
so
say
yeah.
that's with the whenever I'll they're a good company. I'll actually mention them, and that's Crete. When I was with them, I actually went and became a trainer for them, and I I only got to train one fella when the pandemic hit, and he was a good student. He moved over from a company out of Texas, and he was still a greenhorn. He only had about 6 months under his belt, and he was excellent driving down the highway. The only
Hmm.
problem that I really had to work with him on was his backing skills and his ability to judge distances, and watch his mirrors a lot more. And I got him worked in, and it took me about 3 weeks time with him, which they said, "Oh, you didn't have to go that long with him." I said, "Well, I felt that he needed it. I really wanted him to get the backing down, and I really wanted him to get the judging distances a lot better and stuff." And he he turned out to be a very good driver,
Yeah.
and he was working under his own authority for a little while because he lived down in Texas area, somewhere in Fort Worth area, and he's also one of my followers on my page. I don't talk to him too often much anymore because he's pretty busy. Because I think he's driving like a day cab and stuff, so he's pretty busy most of the time. But he was working under his own authority until the fuel prices were eating him alive. And I did warn him. I said, I know you really want to work under your own authority, but I said the expenses are going to eat you up. And I said, with you having a family at home, I said you're going to find it that might not be the route to go, which he did. And he told me, he said, he said, Frankie, he said, you tried to warn me. I said, yeah, but I wanted you to go ahead and get your own taste of it and see what you thought.
Yeah.
But I'm just happy that I was able to at least get to train one person. And I'm really hoping that eventually I can, like this company I'm going to, I don't know, if they do hire in rookies, as I call them, or not. If they do, I'd love to be able to jump on the bandwagon and doing some training. But I'm one of those trainers that's why they asked me whenever I was with Crete. They say, "Well, how come you haven't done kind of like running a team basically after you've been with you for a while?" I was like, because the driver or the the trainee that I'm training will never learn if I'm back there sleeping. I said, and then if they have an accident or something like that, then I'm going to feel if we survive, I'm going to feel really bad because I wasn't awake with them and alert to see what was going on.
Exactly. Yep.
And so pretty much while they were on the drive line, I was on duty. There was one time, but it was towards the end whenever, he was about done with his training. I kind of got ill. I wasn't feeling well. And I told him, I said, I trust you enough. I've been with you long enough. I'm going to lay down in the bunk for a little bit, but I'm one of those light sleepers. So I went and took a short nap, and then I kept hearing this because we was heading down to Midland, Texas to make a delivery, and I kept hearing the wake up bumps, and I was like, "Are you okay up there?" Yeah, I'm fine. I just need to pull off here for a minute. I'm like, "All right." I said, "Do you need me to drive?" No, I'm all right. I said, "Okay." So he pulled off for a little bit and got him something to drink, things, and he, woke back up. But then I thought, well, I believe it's time for me to go ahead and get up and sit up there in the passenger seat, and so that's what I did, And he's like, "Well, you ain't got to get up." I'm like, "No, I'd feel that I'd be better because you're getting tired. I can tell." He's like, "Man, he's just his long drives at night get to me." I'm like, "Yeah, it will." I said, "This is a pretty long trip from Pauls Valley all the way down, to Midland." I said, "So you just got to be prepared and get some good rest. But yeah, I mean, I try my best to pass along what I know, and that's what every good driver out there that you know this is on the road should do is pass on your knowledge. Just like whenever you're raising children, you want to pass on your knowledge and you want to teach them things and so that way that they can be good as they go. And that's what we have to do as elder drivers. We have to pass on our knowledge and share it with them. And a lot of people are, that'll say, well, a lot of these truck driver stories are boring and stuff. They tell the same thing over and over again. Well, sometimes it can happen that way, but there's times that some of our knowledge is very good knowledge.
Yep.
But
if you don't open yourself up to learn, then you're never going to learn. So, and
exactly.
the guys I've talked to that have been doing it 20, 30 years, they say they still learn stuff every day. So, like I always say, I learn stuff every day, like I'm a rookie, but they're still learning stuff every day. It's amazing the things that you think you know until you find out you don't. So
if you don't learn something new every day, whether it be in trucking or your home life, then there's no reason to live any longer. Honestly, it's sad to say it that way, but it's the truth. The whole purpose of us living is to learn something new, no matter how big, how small it is. You learn something new every day, and trust me, I just turned 44, and of course, John, I don't want to know your age. That'd be telling everybody. But you've got knowledge too. You've been around the mill a few times, so it's one of them deals that you're still learning a lot too. And it's not just in trucking either. You've got things in family life and things all over that you learn. And like I said, it's just like raising a child. You got to share your knowledge. You got to let others know, and you always got to ask for knowledge from those that have done it for longer. There's no right or wrong answer, and there's no right or wrong question.
it's
kind of silly questions, but at the same time, you've got to ask it to know.
That's right. It's true to life, and not just in trucking. I'll give you a great scenario what I mean. But if you're not moving forward, then you're moving backwards. And I just recently, not very long ago, had my 25th anniversary with my wife of 25 years. And I will tell you in marriage, it's true in marriage too. If you're not going forward, you're going backwards. If you're not trying to make your marriage better at all times, you're going to go backwards. Same in trucking. If you're not trying to be the best driver you can be, then you're not going to be, you're going to start going backwards. It's true in every aspect of your life. So if you're not moving forward, you're definitely going to start moving backwards. So.
Yep. And that's, that's just an example of me. I've been with the same beautiful woman. We've been married legally for, 3 years now, and we just celebrated our anniversary. In fact, which is my birthday also. But we've been together for, 18 full years now.
Yeah.
And, there's a lot of things that we've been through that, thick and thin, but we're still together, which means there's a good bond and a strong relationship there. Yeah. Because if you make it past, they say if you make it past 10 years, you're going to make it till the day you both leave the earth. So far it's been true to me. But just like with trucking, if you make it a career out of it over so many years, and you're still with it, you know, then that generally means it's something that you really enjoy doing, and that you're going to stick with it, and you're just going to be, just like a child. It's going to be, you're going to raise it in a way that you need to feel comfortable with it. And as you get older, you slowly get out of certain habits, and then you gain other habits. Some are good, some are bad. I've been there, done that. And one of the things though that just drives me crazy is I watch a lot of these videos and things. And I don't know how they do it. I mean, yeah, we got automatic trucks now, but how do you drive down a highway with your left leg in the window and be comfortable? I don't get it. Do you, John?
No, it's actually one of the things that irritate me when I'm going down the road. Not even in trucks, in cars too. I see it all the time, and I'm like, people that drive and they have their foot way up on the dash. Like, I don't get it. I'm like, first of all, it's not safe. Second of all, it's not comfortable. Like, I don't understand it at all. I don't. So I don't know. I always say I'm a little old fashioned. So maybe I'm just old fashioned.
Both my feet belong in the floorboard, and that way it's ready for either of the pedals.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. But, trust me, when you hit that brakes hard enough and your legs up on that dash, or you hit something, you're gonna regret that, because that's gonna send shockwaves all the way up through your hips. Oof.
That's one of the things. Whenever my daughter and my daughter and my wife, whenever they would ride with me in the big truck, they'd always take their feet up on my dashboard. I'm like, why? I said, why do you do that? We're comfortable. I said, you're going to think comfortable if I had to slam on my brakes really hard or we hit something. I said, that's not going to be comfortable the rest of your life. I said, the same way whenever we're in the car, they'll do it in the car too. I'm like, just don't make sense. I mean, my feet always, even if I'm passenger or not, stay in the floorboard. That's what it was designed for. But, some people are that way. But, Hey, John, I've enjoyed sitting here talking with you and your followers, and I'm hoping maybe a few of them will jump over and check out my page.
Oh, right, yeah, definitely.
Now, it's not the best page in the world. It's not as exciting as John's here. At least John does it all live. But, I'm going to try to do more live videos with my page as well. I used to do a lot more than I do now. Yeah. But since I've had health conditions and things, I've been home. So unless people want to see me go out here and mow my yard or something, they're not going to see nothing exciting. Yeah. So once I get back out there, I'll do some live videos with me sitting truck stops or sitting at rest areas or at a vendor or shipper, and kind of do some stories. And I'll of course have, kind of like we're doing here, I'll have it where people can jump on live and talk with us and share their stories as well.
Do you use StreamYard?
Currently, no, but it looks like it might work. I might have to try that.
Yeah, StreamYard's it's a good service. And if you're only streaming from one platform, it's free. But if you want to do Facebook and YouTube and anything else, then it's a small monthly fee. But I don't. That's the one thing about, I don't spend money on my YouTube or my Facebook, except for that one subscription, because I went live all the time on Facebook or on YouTube and never did on Facebook. Right. And I'm like, I just kind of like, well, I kind of have to do both because I'm starting to get more popular on Facebook now. So I kind of owe it to them. So yeah, check out that. And when you do get on the road, let me know. I'll jump on and I'll go on yours.
Keep me in prayers that I get this job for, that they go ahead and call me up tomorrow or the next day and say, yeah, we got you when you want to come in for orientation. Because, I mean, they wanted me to go to work from a long time ago, but I was unable to because, I was happy where I was at the time. And I told them, I said, well, if things don't work out, I'll give you all a call back. And they said, okay. Well, now the time came to where I'm actually, needing a job. So I don't have much choice. Like I said, they're not the best paying right now, but at least I'd be home every week. And it's kind of hard to find that because most places want you out at least 2 weeks at a time minimum, which I was okay with, but I really didn't want to because, as well as I do, as drivers, we run out of hours and we wind up having to do a 34, and we only got a few more days before we're able to go home. And we wind up doing a 34, 200-300 miles away from the house. It's like, you feel dumb because you're like sitting there in a parking lot somewhere doing absolutely nothing fun except for either watching TV or like John does, making YouTube videos.
That's right. That's right.
You just really don't have a lot to do, and you'd rather be home with your family. So it's best if you're able to find something if you want to be able to be home more often. Because my kids are almost grown, but they're still young enough. I still want to come home and spend time with them. Of course, my wife, she misses me when I'm gone. And then I've got a almost 83-year-old grandmother that my wife and I take care of, and so it's best for me to try to be home as much as possible. But at the same time, I need to work and make money, and of course, then with me jumping through all kinds of hurdles for my DOT physical, that's always fun. Yeah, and I'm only good for 1 year at a time because of my health. So
yeah,
it's getting to that part where you feel like, I've been doing this for a long time and I love it, but at the same time, do I got to make a decision on trying to fight for my disability and give it up, or just try my best? So I've, after my heart surgery, I tried to get my disability and I got failed on that, so I decided to try to do my best to work as long as I can. Yeah. And it's always been a jump through time to do it, but I managed somehow. I could become compliant to the best of my ability. It's hard, and like this last time, the guy's, he's like, man, he says, you sure have had a hard life. He said, you're rough on your old self, ain't you? I was like, yeah. I said, my check engine light came on in my late 20s, and it never went off. He's like, I believe
it. Yeah, I can relate. I can relate with that scenario.
But anyhow, John, it's been wonderful sitting here talking to you, and I'm going to let you finish up with your viewers and things so they can probably get to their football games and things.
Yeah, I was just about ready to say, we're about 10 minutes into the football game at this point. I think it's just you and I chit-chatting.
Probably. All right, John, I'm going to let you go, bud. And
you have a good evening.
To you, and I'll chat with you later on. And don't forget to send me your phone number stuff on my PM.
I will.
That way I got that on there. All right, bud. You take care. Be safe out there.
Talk to you later.
Rubber side down.
Definitely. All right, guys. So, you know what? I didn't plan on being on for an hour and a half tonight, but apparently I am. So there it goes. That was Frank from Grumpy Old Truckers on Facebook. It's a group. Go check it out, guys. It's a good group. And if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, go subscribe right now. Ring that bell. If you haven't followed me on Facebook, I don't know what you're waiting for. Go do it and like my page. Share all my content and help me help other people out, guys, because now I can do that. You're going to help me, right? All my trucking buddies out there, keep your rubber on the road. Stay right side up. Keep those tires turning. All my non-trucking buddies out there, appreciate you watching. Remember one very important thing. Truckers are people too. So be nice to us. See you on the next video, everybody.